Hi, everyone, and welcome to the late edition of the Staff Screencast. Had to finish watching the Vikings Packers. I don't know if I'm happy that they didn't lose or sad that they could have won, but anyway, it was a fun game. Schedule of the week. A few things I want you to be aware of. We have a lockdown, on Monday. Paraprofessionals, we are meeting after school. It's optional. I would like to talk about PBIS and what we're doing with that. Just fill you in a little bit on what some of the things we talked about with teachers during workshop week. Tuesday we have a lockdown drill. I won't typically say what time those are, so plan on having some kind of lockdown drill in the morning. You can see we have some map testing starting on Tuesday and actually starting on Monday with fourth grade. Teachers, just a reminder that BAS class information is due to Michelle on Wednesday the 19th so that I can get that all over in one fell swoop to Kathy Torito. And I know Becky has asked you to share with you your BAS information electronically, so please remember to do that. That helps her get going on who she can help as the year gets on here. Thursday, we have Breadsmith beginning. So for those of you that are new to our building, Breadsmith is connected with Breadsmith Breads, and it's leftover breads that people can donate money to and take home, and it's kind of a neat community thing. Looks like that's all we have. Looks like there's a field trip on Friday with fourth grade, but that's the big things. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about our first fire drill. Just want to say thank you to everybody. It was a great first fire drill. People walked quietly out. We were able to figure out where people were very quickly. Just a couple things to go over. Teachers, make sure you bring your emergency information out, and you know this, but when we ask if you have everybody, we're asking about people that are here today, so not students that are absent from school. If you don't have someone, tell the person where you think that person is. If it's a special ed kid, maybe they're somewhere else. We want to limit also the walkie chatter as much as possible. We are going to say if a student is missing. If a student's missing, we'll say who has eyes on. That way, anywhere else, if someone sees that person, that helps. Center-based classrooms, we're going to call those students off individually just because we're never quite sure whether they're with you or in the mainstream classroom. Last thing, here's a picture of I believe this is 108th Street. This is that little parking lot that some people sometimes go in. Right here is a no parking sign. From now on, we would like everybody to line up from this place, going this way. The reason is right around here there is a fire hydrant, so if we ever did have the fire department come, we want to be away from there. So please try not to line up this side, line up on this side of the no parking sign. Hopefully that makes sense. So I mentioned the map testing is starting this week, or we have people map testing. Our goal is to have that done by Friday the 21st. So hopefully we'll get that done pretty quickly. And then finally, on the 19th, during our staff meeting, we're going to talk a little bit about MAP and how you as teachers can access information from that to help with instruction. So this Wednesday the 19th, make sure you bring your computer teachers, and we'll go through some of that. And specialists, if you could start with us on the 19th, there's a couple other things to go over, and then you're free to leave if the map information isn't relevant to what you need to be doing. Gradual release of instruction. Just want to thank John, Becky, and Jenny for your presentation, our second of 3 presentations on gradual release of instruction. One of our goals this year is to really focus on this. It's one of our site goals. So just a couple things that I took away. We're trying to move from teacher to student carrying more of the learning load and having students be a little bit more responsible for their learning. It's best practices. This is stuff that we're really already doing. We're just refocusing on it and making sure we're doing it as well as we can. One takeaway I had was the baskets with the laminated flipbook prompting guides. That is a great resource, and every teacher should have one of those. If you don't have that, let me know, and we'll see what we can do on that. But those are great prompting prompts, I guess, that can be used during instruction. Just keeping everybody in the loop on PBIS. Our PBIS team met last week and we reviewed our team roles within our group. We talked about how we need to do a school assessment survey, and that's an online thing. And rather than just giving that to you, we're going to do that during a staff meeting so that we're not taking more of your time to do that at another time. So just know that that's coming up, and support staff, paraprofessionals will work on finding time for you to do that too. Some of the things that we're really going to be focusing on, we're going to be going back to that matrix and updating our matrix, tweaking that given the feedback that we had during workshop week. And once again, our goal is to make it more student friendly, to make it just easier for all of us to use. We're also going to be looking, as we talked about before, at buses at the before and after time, looking at that as another area in our matrix that we can continue to improve upon. Westwood committees, thanks for people that signed up for different things. You can see we have a few different things going on here. So, and I think if your name isn't on one of these and it's supposed to be, let me know. I left my actual sheet at school, but this is what I had. So if there's any that's missing, let me know. Thank you for everybody for stepping up on those different things. There are so many strengths in our building, and it's great to see people using their strengths to help our school be even better. So thanks everyone for being willing to step up on one of these. Also, just a few other things. Readathon, we will probably, and that's our fundraiser, we will probably do something similar this year to what we did last year, with just really focusing on reading as a fundraiser. You might remember we had different stations on that day. So Tuesday at 3:30, I'll be meeting with some of the people from our PTA, and if you are interested in helping, it'd be great if there's a person from every grade that could help with this, just to make sure that everybody's thoughts are taken into account. So Tuesday after school at 3:30 in the conference room, we'll be meeting just to go over our readathon and make sure that makes sense. Once again, remember to give your BAS scores to the office by Wednesday and to share a copy online with Becky. And I'm excited about our lunchroom and just trying to make it a little less sterile. It's a great lunchroom. We keep it in good shape. But if you look on here, these spaces up here, wouldn't those be great spaces that we could put some of those growth mindset sayings up there? And that's what Becky and Maddie were talking about at our last staff meeting. So if you're interested in helping with that, make sure you talk to them. I'm excited to see what that's going to look like. PTA meetings, the sign-up sheet is still in the staff lounge. If you have a grade level that would like to sign up for one of those, I sure would appreciate it. Our PTA really appreciates it when some of us are there. So our first one was really strong. Thank you to all that were able to make it, and hopefully we'll continue to have lots of staff show up, or at least a few for each one. So if you haven't gone to one, if you could sign up for one, I would appreciate it. It helps our school. Once again, here's that assessment day spreadsheet. If you haven't filled that out, you can go ahead and click on that, make a copy, and get that to the office and to Becky. New lighting, same slide as last week. I haven't heard any more about that, but when I do, I will let you know. Hopefully we'll get moving on that pretty quickly. So that's all I have. I just want to say I really feel we're off to a good start. Thank you, everyone, for all you've done, your flexibility and support, and making it such a warm community for the start of the year. So enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone.